I was very stubborn and bullheaded when it came towards taking a rest day. I'm antsy on rest days. What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's ASMR sip is 1907. Check out 1907more.com. Keep on good, Russo. ASMR Spritz, Intelligent Elfin Carbon. Hear your spritz noises. All other discounts in the pinned comment below. Today's a simple one, but I want to rant about my biggest training mistake, and that is neglecting rest days. I used to train 6 to 7 days all the time, as hard as I could when I was a natural, and then as a crutch. I love training a lot. It's how I regulate my mood. I decided, as I became an enhanced athlete, that it would be a-okay for me to more push to 7 days a week of training and continue down this road of never giving my body rest days and recovery days. This hindered a lot of progress for me. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that less is more sometimes with the training, depending on how you're training. So if you're training like a bodybuilder, stimulate, don't annihilate, and you're going in there and you're stimulating the muscles and you're keeping everything going to a point where you leave and your central nervous system's not completely abolished, maybe you can get away with 5 to 6 days a week. I would obviously still take at least one rest day. But when I was younger, I was focusing on compound movement strength, and I was constantly going into the gym, absolutely obliterating myself, leaving the gym with my central nervous system screaming for me to take a break. And I'll have Andrew throw up DOMS, what DOMS means. And this led me down this path of never fully recovering both my central nervous system, as well as constantly being in a state of my muscles are slightly atrophied. They're not really growing as much as they could. I didn't give my body enough rest days to, again, just break down food, rebuild my body, and go back in the gym. I was very stubborn and bullheaded when it came towards taking a rest day. I'm antsy on rest days, and it's always hard for me mood wise when I take a rest day because it's so hard for me not to want to train. But at the end of the day, as I've grown older, I do take 2 rest days a week, and I see tremendous benefit on backing off the volume and keeping in mind how my central nervous system is playing out. Now, I don't like strength train like I used to strength train, but I'll tell you that if you are strength training constantly and you're constantly hammering your body to a point where even on your one single rest day, your CNS is all zapped up, do you really think, maybe give yourself another day? Like, I'm not saying like listen to your body and take like 5 days off, but I'm saying like maybe do a recovery week, maybe deload for a week. I've never like deloaded in my career a lot. I wish I deloaded, or I probably should have had a training coach when I was younger. I definitely should have had a training coach. I feel like I was so crisscrossy when I was younger. Like, I wasn't training for size, I wasn't training for strength. I was trying to do both at the same time, which makes you kind of mid at both of them. That's kind of why I didn't get the training coach, because it's 2 completely different ways to lift weights. But overall, I think nowadays, if you are destined to train for strength especially, I would get a strength coach. Or if you want to learn the ins and outs of truly stimulating, training for hypertrophy, being able to train constantly, load the most volume on the muscle as possible without destroying the central nervous system, it may be worthwhile looking in towards getting a coach that can help guide you in the training. When we think about coaches, we think about diet and we think about the performance enhancing drugs. I've been fortunate enough in my career to be trained by multiple IFBB pro trainers who have trained pros, turned people pro. So I have knowledge of exactly how their crazy hypertrophy works, especially super enhanced hypertrophy. And I can say that it's a lot different from what you see online, and it's a lot different from any of these strength-based athletes. So just know when you cross the enhanced barrier that you probably should be taking more rest days despite being enhanced. That's like one regret I have, and that you need to tailor your training towards the specific goal you have and not really be in the middle. Unless you're like me and want to power build forever, it comes to a point where you do have to sway one way or the other. Do you want the tissue or do you want the strength? At one point, you're just mid at both of them, and you got to go down the path. I will see you guys in my next video.